screen shared with you guys and we'll get started here. All right, so I got MNQ over here on the right. I've got MES over here on the left. All right, so looking at our range from this morning, we formed that high up here around 8:45. We formed that low down here around 11. So we have that morning range. That 0.5 level we have already passed. I was talking about this 4-hour earlier during our education, right? So these equal lows down here on this 4-hour time frame, that's that weekly drawn liquidity I talked about earlier, right? That weekly low, weekly fair value gap. I wanted to see us go target that. Okay, but if we look at the 4-hour time frame, this 4-hour candle looks very bullish. 4-hour candle looks extremely bullish. After it grabbed sell side liquidity, it's heading back up. Okay, I still would want to see price come back down after coming back into a premium of our daily range and head back down. But notice how we're disrespecting our 15-minute imbalance. We're pushing through our 15-minute order block. Right now, our structure is very bullish. Okay, it's very bullish. And right now, it looks like we want to keep heading up. Okay, if we look at the 1 minute, look at this 1 minute time frame. We had that reversal down here. But we've really just been ranging, chopping throughout lunch hour. And we'll finally have kind of broken out of that range. So I still want to see, I'm still expecting the shorts to come back in. Just like this morning, I was expecting the shorts all day. Just didn't time, we didn't time our trades right. I didn't get them dialed in. But I'm still expecting the shorts to come back, especially after filling, coming up to a premium, coming into this 15-minute imbalance, order block. This is when I typically would expect price to come back down and take out sell side. Now here's the thing, we might not do that until this 4-hour candle closes in about 30 minutes. We might not see us come all the way back down to the low because we are generating that liquidity level at the low. Ultimately, though, I do want to see shorts come back in, but that I would only be looking for the shorts if we got a true break of structure or a market structure shift where we maybe form a bearish breaker. Maybe we sweep and displace the lows. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. You can see on ES, we're now into that hourly SIBI, hourly imbalance. But structure on ES also looks bullish. We continue to head up. Now here's the thing on a weekly time frame. Look how ES has already taken out that weekly low. And it's bouncing off that weekly imbalance already. So we've already filled that whole thing and come right back up. So a lot of divergence on a weekly time frame between NQ and ES, but I still want to see NQ come down during this week and take out that weekly low and touch into that imbalance below. So I'm just waiting right now to see if we're going to get a reversal pattern or if we're just going to continue this bullish trend, maybe all the way back up to the highs. Okay, so we obviously are moving towards our silver bullet hour, but I want to see if these shorts are going to start stepping in or if we're going to continue with choppy price action. And if we do continue with choppy price action, then we will just stay out of the market. But again, I'm expecting that reversal at some point. I want to see if it's going to come into play. But really, really, really got to wait for a break of structure. Wait for a market structure shift. Something very clear. Because today has been a day of fake outs. Been a true day of fake outs. We can see that when I wanted to short, I definitely got manipulated first, and then we saw that crazy drop after that went to that London low that we were talking about, right? So I just got manipulated a little bit, got chopped up, but ultimately we can see that this ended up playing out. Today we went over liquidity, we went over buy side, sell side liquidity, external and internal. So I recorded that video and I will have it posted after this session. I'll have it posted for you guys. But yeah, super important one. Very important educational today. So So yeah, today obviously this morning did not get my entries dialed in like I wanted to. Um, but we could see that our structure was still bearish. We had that daily bias on lock. We knew what was going to happen. And just I got chopped up personally, so I learned from it. I move on, work on dialing in my entries a little bit. So now I'm focused on really waiting for that confirmation here, waiting for us to take out this low on the 1 minute at least. Right? If we're gonna short, we're gonna go short. I need to see this low mitigated here. Need to see this low displaced. At the least, we need to see that happen. And besides that, as long as the longs keep structure, we might just keep barely just trending up. I'm just waiting for that break of structure. Again, we filled up to a premium. Now I want to see us go back down and target those equal lows. Have a silver bullet move, which we might not see fully happen until 11 Pacific. We might not see that happen just yet. But I want to see the signs of that silver bullet setting up, right? We've taken out buy side liquidity up top, taken out all of these highs up here above this accumulation level. So now I'm really just waiting for that clear and concise break of structure, maybe a market structure shift, maybe seeing us on a 5-minute, really moving aggressively down for the lows. Looking at our higher time frames, we can see we didn't displace our external low down here, and that's exactly what I talked about earlier. Is once we take out this low, we always expect a reversal in the market or retracement after taking out liquidity, especially an external liquidity level like this. Look at that. We come and sweep it, we come right back up. Right, so we always expect that, especially with our external draws on liquidity. So I am going to be patiently waiting for a good setup here. No need to rush. There's no need to rush. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec, guys. All right, sorry about that. I am back. I can't believe it's kind of crazy to me that it's already Thursday. Um, it's so weird when we have those long weekends. It feels like our trading week is just done before it even starts. And so far, this week has been a pretty difficult week to navigate. I think it's been like that for a lot of people. So what we have to do, and what I focus on in these types of weeks, is understanding that we're not perfect, but what we have to control what we can control. And what we can control is our risk management. We can control the amount of trades we take, those kinds of things. We can't control the market. Sometimes the market it's going to do its thing, going to be all over the place. Sometimes it's going to be volatile. Sometimes we're not going to be able to predict it as easily as we typically can. So what we can control is how much we're leveraging, the trades that we're taking, how we're handling losses, how we're handling wins, those tangible things, right? We are in complete control of that. And sometimes our subconscious is going to take over. Sometimes we can't control it in our own mind, but we have to work the hardest that we can to gain control of those emotions, of those thoughts, because at the end of the day, that's the most important part of trading, our psychology and our risk management. So when we can't control the market, got to focus on those tangible things that we can control, the things that we can really, really, really lock down. And for me, that's risk management. So it's when we have these tough weeks of price action, when I'm not really getting my entries how I normally do, maybe like maybe you're off a little bit, maybe there's something that's just kind of keeping you from excelling. How can we control that? How can we control that situation? That just comes down to if we're not in the right mindset, then we take a break and we don't trade. Or maybe if we're we find ourselves trading too much, maybe we just limit ourselves to 2 or 3 trades. Maybe if we're over leveraging, we start focusing on trading micros. It's those things that we can control to improve our trading, especially in these hard weeks. It's one thing if you're just killing it on the easy weeks of trading, you're just doing good, you're killing it, you're on a high. Yeah, that's not really a hard thing to manage. But when it's the tough weeks where you're not trading good, you're getting down on yourself mentally, those are the hardest weeks, the hardest days to handle, and those can make or break you as a trader for sure. If you can't handle those as a trader, you're not gonna, you're not gonna see too much success. And it's obviously gonna be harder to handle at the start of your trading career, and you're gonna start learning more and more as you go. But remember, what makes us is when we go through the hard times, right? It's building character. That's what makes us. It's not the winning days. That's not what we are. That's not what makes us the people we are. It's those losing days, and how do we deal with it? How do we be better? Yes, exactly. Focusing on ourselves. It's key. And I've always had a little bit more of an anxious personality. Yeah, I've always had anxiety, and not like a terrible anxiety, but that's just always been kind of my personality. A little bit more anxiety, and when I first started trading, that was a hard thing for me to overcome. I would stress every single trade I was in. I would get anxious that I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail. So it was a super hard thing to navigate. But the more I started losing, the more I started trading, the more I started realizing if I can detach my emotions, those are the best traders. All the best traders I've seen, ones that don't have crazy emotions. They don't go too crazy when they win, they don't get too sad when they lose. It's just keeping that pretty dead even mindset. What we have to look for, money or ticks. Don't focus on the money, focus on the ticks. Always focus on the risk and the reward. Try as much as you can not to look at the dollar amounts. It's okay to have a dollar amount of like a loss limit or something like that. But the more I can iterate that the importance of only focusing on your risk to reward and not really focusing on the dollar amount, not staring at that P&L all the time, that's what raises those heart rate levels. That's what raises your anxiety levels, is staring at the numbers. If you can get away from doing that as much as possible and just focus on your risk to reward and have that math figured out on how much you're risking every trade, you already know the money. You already know you're gonna win or lose. It's just about making sure you're focused on trading the right way, not focusing on the money. Okay, the money is the byproduct. Trading the right way. How long were you not profitable for? For a while, for around about 2 years. About 2 years. What is your thought about daily loss limit and ticks? That's good. As long as you understand, yeah, the ticks that's important. Have your daily loss limit and ticks, but you need to know the math as well of how much percentage of your account that is or how much you're willing to risk. But then just look at it in tick amounts. Say, okay, if 4 micros is my full lot, I'm risking, so $2 a tick is my risk. Okay, so if I have a 50 tick stop loss, I'm risking $100. Okay, so you already know, okay, maybe I'm willing to risk $200 a day. So that's going to be 100 ticks of risk on the day. And that's what you're willing to risk. You know that if you lose 100 ticks, you're going to lose $200. Okay, that's kind of what you want to aim towards. So you're not just focused on staring at that P&L all day. Okay, and guys, right now the market is just moving super slow, super choppy, so that's why you don't see me taking any trades. Um, we're kind of just ranging up and down again like we did over here. Pretty bad price action. Kind of waiting for something to happen leading into silver bullet. We're getting a reaction off the 15-minute OB. We have seen us mitigate that 50%, which tells me we might want to try to push a little bit higher out of this. but still no confirmation for me to even want to target the longs right now. There's no trades at this point that I really am looking to take until maybe we get a break of structure, a break of market structure shift to the downside. Maybe we do want to target some buy side liquidity, something along those lines, leading into silver bullet hour. Honestly, guys, I don't know what you guys think about this. I might just start doing my prop firm sessions at 11 a.m. Pacific, just starting at that silver bullet hour. I don't know what you guys think about that. Lately, what in the past months, that 10:30 post lunch has been a very good time for me for trading. It set up a lot of trades, but as of recent, we really haven't seen a lot of good trades in that 10 to 11 o'clock. We haven't been seeing a lot of good setups in the 10 to 11. It's been taking the market a while to start getting more volume. And this is what we have to do is the market's going to start, it's always going to be changing. The market will always be changing. So we have to be able to adjust our plans based off of market conditions. So if we're not seeing any good setups from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific every day, well, maybe we starting at 11 because our good setups have been typically starting around 11 going into that silver bullet hour. So maybe we'll start at 10:45 or something like that leading into that silver bullet hour. I think that might be better for us. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Lipster says that works for you. Okay, abundant wealth, you're down. Yeah, I think 10:45 would be good because we can come in at 10:45. We can kind of chart out, do our charting, figure out what we're looking for leading into that silver bullet hour, and then we can start looking for setups around that time. And again, if there's setups before that, you're still going to see me, I'll still be looking for stuff and I'll still be looking to call things out to you guys. Yeah, so one thing I do struggle with is high levels of stress. So I tend to be a high stress kind of person. And I know you wouldn't really think that if even the people that know me are surprised when I tell them that because I'm very, I am a very down like relaxed person in general. But yeah, doing basic activities, I do find myself very relaxed. But sometimes I find myself getting in those high stress situations and I got to deal with that. So I've learned how to handle that stress a little bit better. I can be a crackhead sometimes. Just depends on which personality is out on the day. Just kidding. So the reason we don't do prop firm sessions on Fridays is because typically Friday afternoons are pretty bad. They're pretty slow. We don't really see great price action. Oh yeah, sports were great for me. Yep. I'm trying to. Okay, let's see. Got this break of structure here on the 1 minute. 1 minute bearish breaker. Don't trust it as much right now, but we should be looking at this level. See if we're going to get a reaction off this 1 minute bearish breaker. That's something I've thought about a lot actually, the reactive and proactive thing. I think in the past I was always more of a reactive kind of person, but then I started trying to focus more on being proactive and being prepared for situations. But I feel like the more relaxed the person is, the more reactive you can kind of be. I don't know. That one's tough. I try to focus on being a little more proactive in my life now. Really preparing, really focusing on getting ahead of things. But I know in the past I definitely was a little bit reactive. Okay, so we're now under VWAP. We've displaced the low on the 5 minute, or on the 1 minute, sorry. We've displaced these lows on the 5 minute as well. But this is that low that I'm really looking for us to displace, is this one right here. This low right here is that one that I really want to see us displace. Okay, so this one right here, that would be give me that a lot of confidence that these shorts are stepping back in. If we can displace this low, especially on the 5-minute time frame, that would be very nice to see. Again, you could look for an entry off, you could have looked for an entry off this 1-minute bearish breaker. That's not an entry I was necessarily looking for. That world is not the one you're living in. Yep, that is true. Man, I love talking about this stuff though. The more we talk about it, the more we can really figure ourselves out. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, your own mind. That's at the end of the day, that's your life. It's in your mind. It's in your own mind. It's in your brain. And it's how can you have good relationships with people? How can you give back to the world? How can you give back to the community? That's what I think is the most important thing. Taking care of yourself and also taking care of others around you. Okay, so we got displacement here. That's that market structure shift on the 1 minute that I was looking for. We can wait for the 5 minute to close, but it's looking like we're getting that real displacement now. Or at least we're attempting to get that real displacement. We can see it on the 2-minute, on the 1 minute. We're starting to see that drop. Right, so this is when I start thinking about short positions, right? And what are those targets that we're looking for? Well, we're looking for these lows down here, right? At the bottom of that accumulation range. We're looking for this low down here. So these shorts are really setting up now. This is what I wanted to see happen. Yeah, we had that 5-minute fair value gap up here. See this, we tapped into it, the 15-minute order block, we tapped into it. We tapped into a premium, into that OTE of that range. So I'm really expecting these shorts to step in now. To start that silver bullet move after grabbing some buy-side liquidity. We're seeing price run away on us a little bit now. That's okay. Wasn't looking to get into an entry until I saw a real market structure shift at this low here. Okay, this is when you can start looking for those 1-minute fair value gap entries. That one right here. All right, you could look for an entry here. We could wait for the 5-minute candle to close, get some extra confirmation. Right, but we still see a good amount of reward on these shorts, even from this 1-minute fair value gap. I'm going to start looking for shorts pretty soon here. Need to see really nice reactions though, just in case we want to come back up and test that 1-minute breaker. Yeah, waiting for some pullback and then looking to get in some shorts. Again, this 5-minute still hasn't closed yet, so we do want to make sure this 5-minute candle displaces this low here. Even on ES, we're seeing that we're not displacing. This 5-minute candle is about to close, so I do want to see if we're going to displace at least these lows here. Got a few seconds left. Okay, so we got displacement on NQ on the 5-minute. We did close inside of that fair value gap. Again, I just want to start seeing a strong reaction to the downside before I jump into the shorts. We saw what happened earlier. We tried to get those short entries and we just manipulated before we could get, and went and grabbed our stop. We're moving slower right now, not as much volatility as we had earlier, so we can have better stop losses. Okay, but we're not seeing that reaction down just yet. I'm okay with having a little bit lower of an entry and just waiting for that confirmation. especially leading into a new hour. Yeah, I just entered in half a lot just now, guys. I entered in half a lot in the shorts. I'm really just testing it out. I like that reaction off the 1 minute. Now we just need to see us come down and displace. We can see we're coming back up a little bit. Okay, so my entry is low, which I'm fine with because I wanted to see that reaction. Actually 9650. And I'm going to keep a 50 tick stop above VWAP for now, 18709. I'm going to stay in half a lot right now. I don't want to add into a full until we can see us really break these lows. Okay, but I'm willing to give this one a shot. We saw a market structure shift. We saw us displace on the 5 minute. We fill a fair value gap. We react off the fair value gap. We have sell side targets. The one thing about this is we might be waiting until that new hourly candle opens. You might see a little bit of manipulation at the new hour. Okay, so if we're not doing too much leading up to the new hourly candle, you might see me get out of my position and just wait for that new one to open. Yeah, half a lot right now, half a position. Not in full until I can see us really start to move down with some momentum, take out these lows, and then offer us a good opportunity to add into our position a little bit. Right now, we're just seeing this manipulation in the market. So again, we might not see that move happen until 11 a.m. Pacific. Right, but I'm willing to give that one a shot off that 1 minute fair value gap. Off that 2 minute fair value gap. Seeing 5 minute displacement of these lows. Okay, but now we're kind of seeing that pullback. Look at the hourly, guys. I love that hourly candle. I'm loving the way it's looking like it's closing. Just want to see that strong move down. Again, got to be careful of that manipulation here. We're about to close the 4 hour without displacement, but now we've created that 4 hour equal low down here. That's what I want to see us go target, even with this pullback on the 4 hour candle. Okay, we have that sell side target. I want to go see us take that out to end the day. Right, if this isn't the entry, then we'll look for another one. I'm obviously not liking what we're doing right now. Not liking that 1 minute structure. Okay, so we might see a little bit of a move up. Maybe back into that 1 minute breaker. Okay, we've got 1 minute left till this hourly candle, till all of our candles close here. 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute. Right? It all still looks bearish to me. Structure all still looks bearish. This is the 1 minute that we're seeing that pullback on. Okay, so yeah, that's the one thing. Right when this hourly candle opens, we might see us kind of jump up real quick before heading down. We got to be careful of that. If it stops me out, it stops me out. I was willing to get that entry down here. We had our confirmation. We had our market structure shift. We're about to close. Let's see what this next hourly candle does. Yeah, let's see if we can get a nice drop. I still haven't added into a full yet. Again, I don't want this to be a manipulation move. We start out going down, and then we start to pump. Need to see us come down and take out these lows. If we can't do that, I don't think we're going to head down right now. Yeah, I don't like that 1 minute candle so far. See how it can close. See how this 1 minute candle closes. We just got to start seeing some downward momentum. We got to start seeing these lows taken out. It's really what I'm looking for is these lows here on the 1 minute to get displaced. Right now, we're not seeing the best structure. I'm not really liking that candle. Yeah, I'm not liking that open so far. Right? If you want to mitigate, you can always get out of your position here if you don't want to see us come up here. I still want to hold this for now, just because my bias still is short overall. I still think we could drop from this level. But again, if you want to cut your losses early and wait for a re-entry, you could do that as well. You could wait, you could cut your losses early, and then you could wait for us to come down and displace the lows and get a retracement move to then get a re-entry. It's not a bad idea. Okay, we have a 2-minute bearish breaker here, 2-minute unicorn actually as well with this high, low, higher high, displacement move here, fair value gap here. So we could see us maybe try to touch up a little bit higher. But again, I still expect these shorts to come in. All right, and that would be that silver bullet move would be for us to come down, take out sell side liquidity. We're sitting under VWAP still. ES is above VWAP. Definitely seeing some SMT. So I'm still holding this position for now. Again, we've pretty much chopped ever since we got in. It's been kind of happening to us a lot. We've been seeing a lot of chop in this market. All right, but I want to let this one ride. I want to hold this one. I want to give this one a chance and just see if we can displace these lows. Once we can displace these lows, that's when I know this trade will start looking really good. See if we can displace this 5-minute previous candle, have a 5-minute order block act as resistance. Okay, let's see some displacement here. I don't want to see this just be another fake out candle. I want to see this one be very strong, bearish candle, strong close to the downside. Okay, that's a strong candle there. That's what I want to see. We didn't get full displacement, but I do like that full body candle. So now what I would start looking for is, if I wanted to add it to a full, would be still waiting for that displacement and then waiting for a resistance level for us to be able to take short. I'm not ready to jump into a full position yet because we haven't seen that displacement, but I do like that 1-minute full body candle, strong bearish candle. That's what I want to see. I'm okay with waiting to add into a full. Just want to see some displacement. Maybe this fair value gap left behind here. Right, ES, want to see some ES displacement as well. All right, we got this 1-minute fair value gap here. It'd be nice to see us touch up into that maybe. That's a nice drop. Okay, so remember that first TP level would be these lows here at 62 ticks. That next TP level would be these lows down here at 116 ticks. So now I'm just really waiting for a re-entry opportunity or an entry opportunity to add into a full. I like that we got 1-minute displacement. We got 5-minute strong displacement. Now we can use this 5-minute order block as resistance for a level to add into a full position. Okay, we got displacement on ES as well. Strong displacement of that 5-minute order block. Now I'm just waiting for a nice reaction off that OB, right? This is that 5-minute order block that we're touching into right now. And maybe we touch back up into that 1 minute and see a reaction off that 1 minute. That's what I'm waiting for right now to add into a full. Okay, so far we did hit 50 ticks, so we hit a 1-to-1. We hit a 1-to-1. I didn't take any profit, obviously. Waiting for that nice reaction off that 5-minute order block. Maybe we tap into that 1 minute fair value gap. Just patiently waiting here. Need to see a good reaction. Not going to rush into a full position. See if we can bounce off this 1 minute if we're going to touch into it at all. And we are just chilling right here. We're not really making a move yet. Need to see this 1 minute fair value gap act as resistance. 5-minute order block act as resistance. We have all of our confirmation. We got our break of structure, market structure shift. We got our sell side liquidity target. Now we just need to see this continuation. See a level that we can add into a full. Yeah, I am liking that we're getting a reaction off the 5-minute order block. We are stalling here. We're not moving enough right now. Yeah, I'm thinking about adding it to a full. I don't want my entry to move down too much. Okay, I like that we just displaced again. 1 minute order block here. I'm going to add into a full here, guys. I'm going to add into a full. I like that reaction. So my entry just moved down to 9375. Okay, so I'm going to move my stop loss down now. Keep it at 50 ticks, just above those highs. That's 18,706.25. Okay, I'm liking this setup. So remember, what are we looking for in terms of take profit? Well, a 1-to-1 would be that first TP would be that liquidity level down here. We could look to take a first TP there. We could look to hold down to these lows. Again, recently, we've seen that it's best as of recent to take our profit when it's there. Because we've been seeing a lot of ranging in our market the past few weeks. So typically, I would want to take profit when it's there and not really be greedy and not try to hold for too long. So this first TP level would be pretty good. 18,681. That's where I'll put my first TP. So it would be a 1-to-1 for first TP, which is not the most ideal, but it's still solid. Because then what we could do is we could move our stop to break even, and we could look to hold all the way down to these lows, or potentially swing this one all the way down to that full sell side target we talked about, which is 289 ticks away, depending on if we're really going to get that move, right? That turtle soup move where we're actually going for external sell side. So there's that drop. Okay, so we're almost at our first TP here. Just want to see that continuation down. Right, now we want to see us mitigate and close below this 5-minute order block. Just want to see us take out this liquidity level here. Take that first TP, move our stop to break even, make it a risk-free trade, and then hold on to some runners. Okay, that last 1-minute candle was very nice. Really nice displacement candle. We are seeing some SMT divergence on ESNQ, which we've been seeing constantly today in the past like 2 weeks. We got to see this order block act as resistance still. See if we can push down and grab that first TP, grab at least a 1-to-1. We can move that stop to break even, and then we can hold it. And we can hold it and hope that we're gonna really drop and finish out that silver bullet move, that turtle soup move, all the way down to our external sell side liquidity level. 15-minute looks amazing here. All right, there we go. So first TP just got hit. So I'm going to move my stop to break even at this point. Which, well, it moved down. I moved down a lot more than I would have wanted it to. I don't know why it moved down so much. It moved all the way down to 18,697.5. So not ideal for where I want my stop loss to be at this point. I wanted to give it a little bit more room. That's okay. So first TP has been taken. It's a risk-free trade. It's a winning trade either way. Now we're looking for this trade to continue to drop, to target this next liquidity level at these lows. Unless we get stopped out at break even. We'll see how aggressive price wants to move back up here. Either way, it's a winning trade. I'm happy. All right, so at least we got a 1-to-1 so far. Caught the drop, caught it at a good time. See if we can continue to drop and not go take out our stop would be awesome. If we can continue to hold these runners at least down to this low for 110 ticks, or 110, 106 ticks, and then possibly all the way down to our external level that's down at these lows. That's that weekly low we talked about. All right, so over 250 ticks would be that one, and I'd be willing to hold runners, maybe for the rest of the afternoon with that trade. We'll see what happens. Obviously, my entry, my break even moved down pretty far, so it's not ideal. I wanted it to be a little bit higher. So I want to see this 5-minute candle displace the lows here. We grab liquidity and we can see that we're not closing below on the 5 or the 15-minute. But still pretty strong 15-minute candles here. Want to see 5-minute displacement of this order block. If this 5-minute can close below this low here and these lows, that would be a very good sign for us. That would be a very good thing. All right, so we got displacement on the 5-minute. We got displacement on the 15-minute. Yeah, my stop loss is at break even. Whenever I take that first TP, I always move my stop loss to break even. Make sure that it's not going to be a losing trade. All right, so that next TP level is this low down here. Let's look at the 45-minute. Oh yeah, that's a nice 45-minute candle there. 30-minute looks great. Hourly looks great. 4 hour looks good. All right, so we have all of our confirmations right now. I'm willing to hold this one. And honestly, I'm willing to hold my stop high so I can hold it all the way down to that external low. And just let this one run. You know, maybe take off a few more partials here. When we break this low here at 18,667, I'll take off a few more partials. We can hit 18,667. And then I'll let the rest ride. There we go. There we go. All right, so next TP just got hit. That's what I'm talking about. I just took a few more partials. Now I'm letting the rest ride all the way down to that external low. Look at that dump there, guys. We got a very solid entry here. Again, you could take a full TP if you want to. You do not have to keep holding this. I'm going to keep holding it for now. I want to keep holding this. I'm going to keep my stop at break even right now. You know what? I'll move it a little bit into profit. I'll move it a few ticks into profit. So now I'm going to move my stop down a little bit. 18,688. Just a few ticks into profit for now. Again, I want to see, I don't like that we didn't displace that low on the 1 minute. I don't like that we pulled back so hard. But guys, we still have that external draw. We need to finish, we can finish this turtle soup move, silver bullet move out, and come down and take out that external low. Remember, this is that low I was talking about. The 4 hour equal lows, that's what I wanted to see us go target. We'll see if we're going to get some crazy pullback here after taking that next liquidity level, which we are right now. Either way, winning trade, solid catch, took profit twice already. See how many ticks did we catch at the bottom? 174 ticks, 172 ticks there at the bottom. Oh, hopefully it doesn't come all the way back up and stop us out, but right now it's looking like it's trying to do that. Look at that pullback. Yeah, that's a crazy nasty wick on the 5 minute. Looks like I'm about to get stopped out here in profit. Getting a lot of increased volatility here. That's a nasty wick there. All right, like I said, you could have taken full TP here. You could have, or you, I wanted to keep holding. We had so much potential to take out that low. We still have potential to go take out that low. But those are some pretty nasty wicks there at the bottom. We got within like a tick of my stop loss there. We didn't stop me out. Pretty close there. Pretty close. How awesome would it be if we just dumped again without stopping us out? Again, that 5 minute and 15 minute don't look great. After sweeping that internal liquidity level, we're seeing that instant retracement in the market. But so far, analysis has still been on point. Had a great trade there. Either way, we won. Sold 75% of my position in profit, holding 25%. Holding 25% of my position here. Yeah, very interesting. And we can see on that, even on the 1 minute, we failed to displace that low. Which is not what you want to see if you want to see that continuation of the downtrend, but crazy wicks here on all these time frames. Not ideal for seeing a continuation of a bearish move. But we caught the meat of that trade either way, so I'm happy. Even if we do come get stopped out. Still a great trade, guys. We're kind of hovering around the stop right now. It looks like we're about to get stopped out. Crazy 5 minute close on that candle. All right, so I'm out now. Solid trade there. Took out 75% of our position at our first two TP levels. 173 ticks at the bottom. Not too bad. I'll take that one. I'll take that one, guys. Pretty nice. Pretty nice there. So I still see that, this external low here, I still see that as our full target for this afternoon session. I still want to see the shorts come take out these equal lows. We can see, remember, on that weekly time frame, that's that imbalance on the weekly time frame that I want to see us go tap into, that weekly low. So I still want to see that happen. And right now we're seeing that crazy pullback. We're not really doing that, which we can expect after we take out a strong liquidity level for us to really pull back. Not that aggressively. I didn't expect us to pull back that aggressively after seeing such a strong move down. But again, we sold 75% of our position. We held 25%. We got stopped in profit. Not bad. We still, I still expect us to head down, guys. I still expect us to head down. I mean, look at that. See if this ends up being that move, or if we're just gonna keep reacting off of that liquidity level here. But yeah, I mean, I'm content. I'm content with that trade. Obviously, I really wanted to see us drop. Well, for me, there's certain trades that I will typically just sell everything on and take my full profit. But for this one, I saw that turtle soup setup where we took out internal liquidity at the highs, and we have our external draw on liquidity at the lows. And I really had strong conviction that we were going to go take out that low at some point. So I was willing to continue to hold my trade, but I still took most of my profit off, most of my position off the table. That way, just in case we did pull back, even if I got stopped way up here, I'm not losing out on a ton of profits. Right? I'm losing out on a decent amount by letting it come back up and stop me out. But if it's a trade that I don't think we're going to see a continuation on, you'll see me take my full TP. But when I see the potential of this trade coming all the way down to the external draw for 280 ticks, I'm going to let that one go. I'm going to keep holding it. So that's my psychology. That's kind of my mindset when it comes to that. Okay. So we still have these 50K accounts over $51,000. Right, so over $1,000 in profit. We're still sitting at over $1,000 in profit. And again, like I said, I don't care how long it takes us to trade these accounts. I don't care how long it takes us to pass. That's not my focus. My focus isn't just on trying to pass. It's just focusing on trading the right way. And if we can keep that consistency, eventually we'll pass these accounts. Eventually we'll get to the point where we'll pass it. And I don't care if it takes us 2 months. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you guys to see how we can trade the right way. And especially too with these prop firm accounts, the way that we can pass them quicker is by letting some of those trades run. Right? If we can let some of these trades run, that's how we pass our accounts a little bit quicker, because now we're catching a few hundred extra bucks on these trades by giving them a chance to keep running. The 5-minute keeps trying to displace and then comes right back up. ES finally came back down to VWAP. Still not displacing VWAP or these lows. That's still a good close on the 5-minute candle. So let's see if there's any re-entries I'd want to get. See if there's any re-entries that I'd want to jump into. For now, there's nothing I want to jump into just yet. $15-minute displacement of this low would be very clutch, very good to see. 5-minute displacement of this low would be very good to see. 30-minute would be awesome. All right, so we still look very bearish overall, and I still expect this to drop. It's just about timing those re-entries right if you're going to get a re-entry. We'll see. We're still moving down. Just watching to see if we can get any kind of re-entry. Like, I don't feel the need to keep trading because we already caught some good profit. But again, if there's another setup that we can still find that's going to take us all the way down to here, then I'll still look for that. Woo! Awfully close. Isn't that the best feeling when price gets like within a tick of your stop and then ends up just completely going in the right direction? Such a good feeling. Okay, so 1 minute order block here. Bouncing off that 1 minute. Displacement of the 1 minute order block. Really want to see displacement of these lows, at least on the 5 minute time frame. 5 minute, 15, 30 minute. Want to see us close below. We can see we're bouncing off this 15-minute bullish imbalance down here. Right, this is that 15-minute busy. We see we're bouncing off it. So we want to see us really push down and try to displace that 15-minute busy. Really mitigate it. Inverse this 15-minute gap would be nice. We're seeing us really bounce off the support level down here though. So I'm gonna wait and see how these candles close in the next 2 minutes. Are we gonna really finish out this move down to those external lows? Or are we just gonna kind of mess around and start ranging? 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Yeah, we have that gap up here that we're forming. Right there. %50 of the dealing range. Yeah, we'll be doing live trading in the mentorship too. We'll be doing live trading. Okay, we got 1 minute left. John's doing good. He's doing good. We actually just had a nice meeting yesterday going over the kind of stuff that he's going to be bringing for you guys, the education content. So I'm pretty excited about that. He's got some cool stuff planned for this community, guys. Really gonna just continue to just level up this community. All right, so we're about to close here. It looks like we're not going to displace on any of our time frames this low. We're really bouncing from that support level. You can see how the 30-minute closed, 15-minute closed, no displacement. Almost. I'll make sure to remind him that it's just almost. All right, so now what I'm looking for is, are we going to displace the highs? Are we going to start to reverse back up? That's fair. Are we going to get a break of structure back to the upside? We can see ES bouncing off VWAP. Or are we just going to get a little bit of a pullback, retracement, before heading back down? But I would like to see what we do once we tap off this 15-minute bearish fair value gap here, 15-minute SIBI. Yeah, I don't plan on it. Yeah, it'd be really good if we do want to tap into that 15-minute imbalance here, see a nice bounce, get a similar entry in the shorts that we did before. But if we break structure to the upside, I'm not going to be looking for shorts. After seeing such a strong bounce from our support level down here. Let's see what kind of reaction we get. We're really pushing up. Really pushing up aggressively here. We need to see a very, very, very strong reaction off that 15-minute for me to go short. We still have that sell side target. I still believe we're trying to go grab that external low. It's got to be a very good entry if I'm gonna put any more risk into the market. Yeah, if only we didn't get stopped out. All right, so I'll be patient for a little bit longer. Give it a little bit more time. We already took shorts. We're out of the shorts now. I'm waiting to see if we can get a re-entry. If we're going to get a reaction off our 15-minute bearish imbalance up here. Created some equal highs. Let's see if we want to go up and grab those. Right, so what did this trade spur from? What's our recap here? Why did we take this trade? Well, what did we do? We grabbed our Fibonacci tool from our high of the morning to the low of the morning. We found that our 50% level was here. We had a strong PD array here on the 15-minute. We came up, we got that lunchtime reversal, traded up into it, and we started to see a reaction. Once we started to see that reaction, we waited to find a market structure shift. Okay, we got a break of structure here. We got that market structure shift here. And then we found an entry. Got that entry. We had our draw on liquidity. We had two internal lows that we targeted. We grabbed profit at both of those internal lows. And ultimately, now we're waiting to see if price wants to come target the external low. So I'll just keep waiting. Keep waiting to see if we're going to get another entry opportunity. Okay, we're back into that support level. 15 and 5-minute bullish imbalance. We can push through those, then we can still find a good short opportunity. We're seeing that reaction every time we trade into it. We react right back up. Patience, 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 my people. Can we displace these lows? Can we create an entry opportunity? Can we displace the 15-minute and 5-minute fair value gap? Those are the things that I'm waiting for to give me some confidence or give me some conviction to get a re-entry. Exactly. EAY Shintz. Sounded weird. How about some music? Some music while we wait. I should keep track of how many times I play this song. I think you guys can control the volume if you want to turn it up or down. I look at the DOM. I don't look at book maps. Just waiting to see if we can displace this low down here. That's so sick that you have your dog with you. Got your dog in the tractor. Could you be loved? Da 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 da. I don't know if you guys have heard this song. Oops. New Jack Johnson song, Stick Figure. Yeah, I'm still looking for another trade. We're just waiting for some displacement. I'm a big Jack Johnson fan and Stick Figure. Hey guys, right now we're just waiting to see if we can displace the lows, displace these imbalances. Oh, I love Slightly Stoopid. I actually saw them in concert a few years ago. They're one of my favorites. They're represented San Diego. Sorry if you can't hear me while the song is going. My apologies. Um, yeah, if you go to if you click on that bot, on the green bot that pops up, like Bahama Llama said, you can click it and then you can adjust the volume of the music on there. So if you want to turn the music down, off, whatever, you don't have to listen to it. Or if you can't hear as well, you can turn it off. Yeah, guys, so right now we're still waiting for some displacement. We keep bouncing off these support levels here. No, if you click on the actual bot that it's the one that's on the screen. And we close below. If you still are holding that original entry, you're chilling right now. Yes, thank you, Bahama Llama. Yeah, I know you're still in. I know a few people are still in here, still in that trade. I mean, right now it's still sitting over 100 ticks from that entry that we had. All right, we're just moving so slow right now. What I would love to see here is a 15-minute, a 5-minute come down, close below the imbalances, displace this low, and then we get some retracement. Because guys, look, even if we do get an entry, a re-entry somewhere down around here, that's still 160 ticks away from, we still have a lot of reward that we can catch, but we're obviously not seeing that displacement right now. We're just kind of chilling in the support level, not wanting to break through. I think if NQ never came back up, we'd see a lot worse issues. We'd see some issues in the world, that's for sure. I think there'd be some bigger problems that we'd have to worry about. Okay, we got 1 minute for these candles to close. All I'm asking of NQ is just to close below. Is that too much to ask for? Maybe. Maybe I'm asking too much. Yeah, I mean, even if we don't get to get a reentry, guys, I'm cool. We got a nice winning day here. Nice winning session. Yeah, well, that's what I was talking about, right? Is we came down, we grabbed that internal liquidity level. We created some equal highs, so we might try to come back up. Overall, I mean, our draw is still bearish. Our draw is still at these external lows. We might see some retracement before that happens. Maybe we come back up and grab these equal highs. But you don't see me just jumping into another short while we're in a strong support level. We're not breaking structure again. Or we're not continuing to we're not making a lower low, as I should say. 15-minute. Yeah, still a nice close on the 15-minute, but we still are sitting and respecting the 50% level of that imbalance. Kind of chilling, kind of chopping here. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel a need to jump into another trade. But it would be nice to be able to catch this full play all the way down to that low. See if we want to create lower lows here. Boom, 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 boom. Do. We cannot break support. We cannot break through support. Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, if we just keep chopping for a while, I'll just call it a day and we'll end the day green, end the day. I'll be content with our trading in this session. I'm not going to trade the chop. I'm just waiting for a nice lower low to form. Something that will give us an opportunity to maybe catch the rest of that move down to the external low. So we are just chopping inside of the 15-minute imbalance right here. So yeah, I mean, we might see us go target these equal highs up here, back into that 15-minute SIBI, or into that 15-minute SIBI that we have not touched into yet. Just waiting for something to happen on either side. If we do retrace, I would expect us to try to target this level here. If we can displace the lows, I would expect us to continue down our external level. So I'll give it a few more minutes. We'll see if we're going to get that movement. See if we're going to get any momentum or volume to step in. And if we don't, we'll call it a day. Can we displace? I would say besides New York session, London session is the best one to trade. London is second. Asia session would be third. In my opinion, New York AM session is number 1. New York PM session is number 2. London session is number 3. Asia session is number 4. In terms of would I trade them? Yeah, it's pretty late. It's pretty late. I mean, the kill zone for London session where we see that a lot of volume is at 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if we go all the way up until 8:30 a.m., the London market closes at 8:30, so it overlaps with New York. But yeah, when you would want to be trading that London session, I'm never awake at that time. I'm never awake at 2 a.m. I like my sleep. I like to be ready for New York session. So, still didn't displace the low even on the 1 minute. 5 minutes still failed to displace. So, I mean, I'm not really liking this price action right now. Obviously, we're just chopping. So, I don't know if I'll look for anything else right now. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. As long as you guys are good with missing out on the AM session, and then we could just do a PM session after that. That'd be fun. I mean, we obviously still look very bearish. Still look very bearish, but we can't break through these support levels, so I think I'm gonna call it. I don't think I'm gonna take another trade. We already caught our win. We already caught pretty good reward. There's no need to, we don't need to take another trade. I did want to see if we could try to catch that ball move down to our external low, but we're not doing it right now. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna call it here. I think we'll end the session. Great trade. We already did the recap. We already went over all the reasons we took that trade. It was great. Got those shorts. Remember at the bottom, we didn't sell down here. 170 ticks. We ended up taking our second TP at 107. First TP was a 1-to-1. Just a great trade overall. Felt very confident. Just had a lot of conviction in that setup. Again, for the rest of the afternoon, morning, wherever you are, I still want to see that external low get taken out. That's still that target that I'm looking for. And maybe if I'm still on my computer and we see that a good setup, I'll still call it out and I'll trade the prop firm accounts down to that low. So if I do see something set up, I'll call it out to you. For now, we're going to end the live session. Take a little break. Go take care of yourselves. Go eat some food. Take those eyes off the computer for a little bit. Go get some sunshine. Go touch some grass. That's what I'm going to do real quick. Hope you guys do the same. Take care of that mental health. Go get a workout in. Remember, those are the important things in life, guys. Taking care of ourselves, taking care of the people around us, relationships. That's the good stuff. Trading is awesome, and the things we can do with it is amazing. But if you can't get that mental health right, that physical health right, then what's that trading for? All right. Well, I appreciate you. Today was good. Our morning session was not good. PM session was good. Our prop firm session was great. We caught a really nice short. But yeah, guys, appreciate you a lot. Stay safe today. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Enjoy yourselves. God bless everybody. I will see you tomorrow. You might hear from me this afternoon. So if I am going to take a trade, I'll let you know if there's any power hour setups I might take. Besides that, you'll hear from me tomorrow. We'll see each other again for our last trading day of the week. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Take it easy. Peace.